The first congressional threats of impeachment have now been made. Biden is dealt a huge blow by a federal judge. World leaders tell Vladimir Putin to quit threatening nuclear weapon use immediately. All of this will be covered and much, much more in today's video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. You watch this channel each day because I bring you the truth on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. with President Biden and the U.S. economy. So let's jump right in. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Mr. 1920 Soap, and I'll tell you more about their amazing soap near the end of this video. I believe it would make an absolutely wonderful Mother's Day gift. Well, quadruple vaccinated Vice President Kamala Harris has been diagnosed as having COVID-19. So far, she is showing very few symptoms. The White House was quick to release a press release stating that VP Harris has not been anywhere near President Joe Biden. I mean, this doesn't really come as a shocker since all the reports coming out of her office are that she and Biden can't stand to be in the same room together. So again, I'm not shocked, but I wish her a quick recovery from COVID-19. President Biden has used his presidential power to pardon for the first time today. He granted a pardon to 3 people who committed non-violent crimes and commuted the sentence for another 75 people who committed non-violent drug-related crimes. Biden said America is a nation of laws, but also a nation of second chances. This may be the beginning of many commutations and shortening of sentences. And Americans like to give second chances too. A new Gallup poll released shows that 78% of Americans are open to receiving 100,000 Ukrainian refugees into the country. This is the highest percentage of American support for accepting new refugees in recent history, by over 12 percentage points higher. The mayor of Mariupol, Ukraine, has stated that a third mass grave has been found near the destroyed city. Reports are surfacing that Russian military are making Ukrainian citizens dig these graves in exchange for food and water. President Zelensky claimed that almost every day new mass graves are being found. These mass graves will likely be used as evidence if there are ever war crime trials. As Americans and other allies send over weapons and supplies to help, Russia is now destroying railways to stop shipments from arriving. Yesterday, Russia destroyed 6 railway stations and facilities. The Pentagon chief stated that he wants to see Russia's military so weakened to the point that they're never able to carry out these type of attacks ever again. Russia has taken on considerable losses, but it's unclear just how weak we've weakened them. Russia announced that they will cut off all gas supply to the country of Poland for helping Ukraine, and that the use of nuclear weapons shouldn't be underestimated. The Pentagon chief, Austin Lloyd, said, no matter what is happening, Russia should not be making nuclear war weapon threats. Former President Donald Trump said Putin throwing around the word nuclear is a big no-no, and he should immediately stop these crazy threats. Congress plans to have the heads of meat packing companies testify about the increased prices of meat to ensure the public that they aren't being gouged by increasing prices. Republican Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy says, when Republicans take back Congress, one of their first moves will be to control the border and impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, who is supposed to be running the southern border. A judge in New York has held former President Donald Trump in contempt. The court is alleging that Trump has not obeyed a subpoena to turn over certain documents, so they are fining him $10,000 a day until he complies. The state attorney general stated that they have reason to believe that Trump may have misstated values of his real estate in order to avoid taxes or in order to secure better bank loan rates. However, Trump plans to appeal these rulings. His attorney stated that they did provide the documents already requested and subpoenaed months ago. His attorney also said that some requested documents were not possible to produce, and they let the attorney know this. They have not withheld them or kept them back. They simply cannot hand over what they do not have. A Texas judge has issued a temporary restraining order to keep Title 42 in place. The office alleged that Biden did not provide proper justification for its decision to revoke Title 42. This news is being called a huge win for U.S. border security. While Republicans may have gotten a temporary hold on the border, hundreds of thousands are still illegally crossing every month into our country. This caused 133 Republicans in Congress to express their disapproval of the new Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. They argued in a letter that he is not suitable for the office, with record-breaking numbers of migrants being detained and crossing into the country illegally with drugs and other issues. While hundreds of thousands per month seems high, they're saying if this Title 42 is revoked, it will likely triple, and Democrats seem to agree with Republicans on that number. The oldest woman in the world, oldest person in the world, has passed away. It was a woman in Japan that reached the old age of 116. Now, to give you an idea of how old that is, she's older than humans' ability to fly. She was born right around the time the Wright brothers tried to first take flight. That's old. Senator Elizabeth Warren said she has no plans to run for president in 2024 because she's already planning to vote for Joseph Robinette Biden, one of the best presidents the country has ever had. So she's bowing out with 3 years to go, saying she's already planning to vote for Biden. Washington, D.C. activist and author Marianne Williamson said, Democrats are in real trouble in 2022 and 2024 elections. She said, as hard as it is to admit, Democrats haven't done much for the country except not be Donald Trump. Now, I believe she's a Democrat. She said, unless there are some seriously impactful improvements made to American lives, not being Trump or not being Ron DeSantis is a terrible election strategy. Senator Bernie Sanders also told The Times he is not likely to run for president a third time. He is getting too old for this stuff and instead will back President Biden in 2024, who will roughly be the same age as Bernie Sanders in 2024. So it's funny that he won't run for president because of his old age, but he's willing to back Biden, who will be roughly the same age. Doesn't make a lot of sense, right? The Department of Education wants to do a study on having school go to 4 days instead of 5 days. They said it would save a lot of money, help teachers not burn out, and give kids more time to be kids. I'll update you if any more information comes from this study. Senator Bill Hagerty asked the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland why, in the face of so much evidence about the president and his son Hunter's illegal foreign business dealings, why there is not an investigation happening. AG Garland refused to answer the question before Congress. Regarding the January 6th committee, it's come out now that Vice President Mike Pence was sheltered during the Capitol breach, but now details being shared showed that he refused to leave the Capitol. It seems, based on his words, that he wasn't scared for his life or the people trying to get into the Capitol. Now, Democrat Jamie Raskin, who led the Trump impeachment trial, is saying, why wasn't he scared? This is very suspicious and also very chilling. I mean, maybe the dude just wasn't scared. I don't know, right? Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more with you. All right, now let me tell you about my favorite soap company, Mr. 1920 Soap. You guys, this is absolutely the most amazing soap on the planet. Look at this. They're huge. Big, beautiful bars of soap. Oh, they smell so good. Here, have a smell. All right, I know that doesn't work. I just wanted to let you guys know about this because Mother's Day is coming up, and this is one of my favorite soaps. When I started washing my hands more during COVID, I had cracked hands that were bleeding, and when I discovered Mr. 1920 soap, I started using that, and my hands went away. In fact, one of my wife's closest friends, I saw her the other day, her hands were completely cracked from washing them so much because of her work. And we gave her a couple bars of soap, and within 10 days, her hands were softer and younger looking than they had been in a long time. So this stuff really does work, and it smells amazing. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. Anyway, with Mother's Day around the corner, I wanted to let you know about this awesome opportunity. Also, Mr. 1920 soap has single-handedly helped Casey and I give away tens of thousands of dollars to our YouTube community. So I'm just so grateful for their partnership. But their product's amazing, and if it wasn't, I wouldn't be telling you about it. So I'll make sure to leave a link down below. Also, I'll leave a link for the month of April giveaway that Casey and I are doing. We're going to give away $100 in cash gas gift cards. These ridiculously high gas prices are affecting all of us. And so our way of sharing some of that generous sponsor money is to give it back to you guys here in the YouTube community, and I'll make sure to leave a link below. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.